Yeah, you know what's crazy? Well, y'all already know from watching my other videos that I used to be a nice person. Now I'm just a good person. I'll never attempt that shit again. I'll tell you. And I say that because I can't imagine a nigga thinking I'ma be his meal ticket. Ugh, I can't imagine this shit like that. Do you know that that nigga will starve to death? Like literally waiting for me to be his meal ticket. Mm-mm-mm. I mean, not that I'm all like, oh, I can't have a nigga like this and trust me, I done went to the Lowe's with a nigga. I done lived out of a whole fucking coffee pot with a nigga, like damn near an abandoned building, and always had a 3 bedroom apartment. However, one thing about a nice person, they'll do anything for you. Like they love to do nice things. They are very aware that they're doing things for people that wouldn't even, trust me, lift a foot, toe for them. But one thing about nice people, they don't like people to ask them for things. That's when they start feeling like, wait, what the fuck? Because like I'll give you just about anything. On top of me giving you just about anything, now you're asking me for things. That's one thing I could honestly say. Like, I ain't really had no niggas like trying to ask me for money. I mean, I had some that I've offered money to, and they never asked me for money, but they didn't decline it either. And then I had situations where I dated a guy, he didn't really have money or whatever, but I just loved him for him. I'm not a high strung bougie person. Like, however, I would make like simple bets and make sure I lose to have a reason to give him like a little $100, a little something like that. But like, I could never be the breadwinner in my relationship. And I could only imagine a nigga thinking I'm gonna be his meal ticket. Uh, that is like sounding nightmarish. For real, like literally, fucking with a bitch like me, he'll definitely starve to death. He'll definitely starve to death. I'm not nobody's meal ticket, lottery ticket. Um, I don't want to be nothing other than a loving person to my spouse. However, I would never be the breadwinner in my family. Like, had I be in, let's say I'm in love with a man that does not have, we don't have the same amount of money bracket or whatever. I will see what I can do to help him make bread to take care of me. But as far as me just laying back and taking care of nigga, mm-mm, that could never happen. That's not this. Shit is just, I don't know. All money ain't good money. I tell you that. I've been offered a lot of things. However, a nigga couldn't, like, you want a house, you want a this. I wouldn't even know how to sleep in that shit. The name of the game, get, like, you can get and do just basically whatever you want. You just got to do it off of you. You can't do it off of none of God humans. You have to do it off of you. So, you know, and I don't know. It just makes me think. Luckily for me, my spouse will be the head of the finances. So I would never have to worry about a nigga thinking I'm about to be his meal ticket. Ugh, that's crazy. Anyway,